That was gorgeous, though. Again, GMD with the Cosmic Divide to assist Sabrosa in the perfect way. He could have fallen back towards site.
I have to go pee, guys.
Opts to flash
I'll be right back really quick.
Spot that he has the most control over, and it works just beautifully. That time, it looks rushed from 100 Thieves. Once Stellar gets the kill, he's trying to run out. The IGL trying to run out, make a play with the cage. And unfortunately, Sabrosa's fast enough with his Seekers of his own to catch him. So the space that he gained after killing Rossi, eliminated.
Timeout coming through for 100 Thieves as they try to take stock of what's happened in this first half. TSM with what's turning out to be a rather cozy lead. Really driven by the two leaders, as you were mentioning, Ball of Sabrosa and Guimon. A couple of role changes, a couple of agent changes coming through, and it seems to be paying off on Split relative to their last time that these two teams played on here.
Yeah, absolutely it is. I mean, Sabrosa has gotten the exact value that you expect him to get out when he plays Sky, right? And a lot of times when people were criticizing his Sky in the past was on this map because he's too aggressive. But if that's your playstyle, lean into it. And he's 12-7 right now. And this is not even the beginning of the game where it's like, oh, he's 12 kills, but most of those are anti-ecos, you know? No, he's been impactful in significant situations that are difficult to deal with as well. And we also have to point out, 100 Thieves has beaten TSM the last 2 times they played on Split. And one of those was crushing 13-2. So for them to switch up the comp, switch up roles even within that comp, straight away.
What a lunatic. Pushing into the Viper's pit, taking care of Rossi right off the bat with the Trailblazer paving the way. You've got a great gravity wall to deny what 100 Thieves are trying to do in heaven, but the wall goes up. Corey repositions, not without taking Asuna down first.
This situation is still so difficult to play with, though. Even though they've gotten the site. Because the flank is coming, but Sabrosa just wipes him out as the Neural Theft goes down.
Look at this post-plan approach from 100 Thieves.
It's planted for them.
Yeah.
And both for Stellar and Will. And yeah.
This is where you see that insane 94% come through. When you've got a situation like this, it does almost seem unlosable.
Yeah, and even in that situation where they lost the initial fight, right, in heaven.
Yeah.
After Will got the trade, right? Or after Will got the first kill. It's interesting though, because this situation was, again, a spot where you plan on B, and TSM really has no way to fight back in. And that's why I was talking about how difficult this is. Even though they get 2 people down, there's no chance. One of the most difficult sites to retake in general. And 100 Thieves is already in a position that it's impossible, right? They have people reflanking through Garage, back to Heaven, Stellar, and Asuna. I mean, there's so much to deal with. And I think that's been the call in that timeout, was let's continue to abuse the fact that they're giving us mid. This time, though, we've got Corey with the op, peeking early.
This previous matchup, it was 7 from this position that caused some problems. 400 Thieves. See what Corey can do.
Okay, sorry,
with it.
I was making a coffee.
Speaking
They have a pretty good game here as well.
That's a full nade kill.
No, I went to go make a coffee. It's being made. And I got water, and I
Wondering
peed,
how he got caught
and everything.
Corey. A bit of a standout. Looks like 100 Thieves has read the idea.
And the thing is, Corey here has managed to avoid all of the flashes, really everything is thrown his way, and now the smoke, are they expecting to be stepped up? The paranoia too, and that's what finally gets him, and boy, it looked like he was going to take Banks' foot off.
But with that, TSM going to make the play to actually regroup and take back B main. Okay. But GMD,
what's cooking here?
Bite off a little bit more.
5-3.
Again, they back
Dude, the
off
thing
the
is that
first
this
time.
is like group stage match, so like these matches right now are still like
pushing to be made. Sabrosa and GMD.
It's not high stake.
Right,
obviously, each game matters a lot.
Going to be another situation where if they
but it's still so early.
But the gravity wall's so good, man. The gravity wall denies so much, but did he stick that?
Oh, I tried playing anti.
Bang gets brought right back. And again, 100 Thieves find what they're looking for. Stellar's on the flank too, but Corey's dropped down. Stellar's gonna have to look straight below him, and he does. That kill's a bit too easy. The second one not nearly as fortunate as GMD. Still trying to dance around and play on the side, and he's not able to survive for long.
I had crowd noise.
Get the round.
I don't have a good sound. Otherwise, I would.
Stellar coming in with the late flank too. I
already answered your question earlier, Enzo.
For not knowing he was in that situation. I'm not sure if he actually broke the trademark.
Yeah, he did.
So yeah, if he did, if it was exactly how it went, or how I said
check the VOD.
Then,
after you asked me,
they
at
know
some
there's
point
going to be a player somewhere inside of middle. Especially if
don't forget what Cumshot said about cheering for the other team.
So for Corey, who's looking for a pick, to not be covered in that situation, or for him to be aware to
we'll keep it in mind. We gotta be respectful of that. But the thing is, I don't cheer for anyone really. I never cheer for any teams in particular. Like for the most part, I usually just try to.
TSM pushing over towards A this time.
Honestly, if anything, I cheer for underdogs. Or if one team is getting owned, I cheer for them because I don't like when the team is just getting owned.
Or nothing. And if they take the scenic route, which it looks like they're going to,
I feel like watching a stomp is not that fun. Unless it's an underdog stomping, that's different. That's fun to watch. But if it's like a favorite team stomping the other team, it's not that sick.
Sabrosa and Corey have slipped by undetected.
To watch, like entertainment-wise.
This could be disaster for 100 Thieves. How patient are you? You can hear it. They're just on the other side. It's all served up in front of them on a silver platter. They get 3 big kills.
And the spike. Almost unrecoverable right now. As
he tried to hide.
So far behind Will. But a big angle for Stellar. So they can't quite push into him.
I was like watching a train wreck unfold. Can 100 Thieves do anything to bring this round back in their favor? It's going to take some insane plays out of Stellar and Will.
I mean, they're walking literally into a split crossfire situation.
Player standing.
Oh. Guman cleans things up at the end. What a call out from Sobrosa. I mean, really it was Guman who's calling on this side, but to have the tenacity to double push in through there, find the opening, and then catch him slipping like that. That looks good.
Groups.
I think they recognize Stellar.
Currently, both of actually no. 100 Thieves is 1-0 and TSM is 0-1.
In this case,
those very early stages of this group.
The first one.
Like we have a lot.
I didn't see it on the
of matches to go.
But he still had one in his inventory. A lot of times he's putting that down on spawn once they
basically every weekend from now until.
And you see you see the change already. Stellar puts that tripwire right back up.
June 27. We have one more month. Every weekend from now until June 27.
Every round from 100 Thieves.
So one.
And that might be a little boring. It's so interesting to watch these little adaptations that the defensive team makes.
5 more weekends.
And force little changes as well from 100 Thieves.
Yeah, man, this is the nerdy stuff. This is the fun stuff.
Exactly. That it is.
Valorant is my favorite game, but coming from major semi with a crowd to this is kind of funny.
Really,
I know it's totally night and day, but this is like you can't really compare. You know, you can't compare at all. This is an online qualifier compared to CS:GO's biggest event. It's not at the same scale.
It's a fake, and the freaking Seekers blow everything out. They had a gorgeous setup on the side of 100 Thieves, but they don't bite. Oh,
that count as a Rosa? What is that?
Of
course it counts.
Do they push in? No. Derek tried finding something.
Oof.
Eventually, they do get the kill, but Kuman's still anchoring down.
Damn, who pissed you off, my boy? Chill, my boy.
Does he need much else? No, he does not. He gets 3 to clean up the round as TSM gets to 7. The discipline out of TSM there was insane, Bala.
Yeah, absolutely it was.
The next Masters has an audience, yes.
That there's going to be a ramp flank.
Copenhagen was announced. There will be a crowd. So let's see how it goes.
So
I hope it's a big crowd. I don't know what it's going to be like, though. There's no details.
Stellar player
I don't think they announced the location in terms of the arena or, you know, how many seats or tickets. I think they just said they're doing it.
It's all up to Tarik to find a hole.
Am I going? I have no plans of going. But I've been to Copenhagen before. It's a beautiful city.
In the final round of the half. The flash, quick, but it misses. Ooh. Will has the tenacity to stay alive in that situation, though.
I was hoping they would do the first crowded event in NA. I'm not even trying to be biased, but, well, I am. But I feel like we have so many fans here in NA.
Not heavily rotating A. They understand they've quelled the initial bite that was thrown their way. Oh, now they got to scurry out of there. Very well played from Seven there too. Understanding you've pushed him off with the nade.
Oh yeah,
you go
visa
up, you take
issues.
some
That's true.
space.
NA is hard. But CS is hosting an event next weekend in NA. They're hosting IEM Dallas. So there must be a way around it,
Here
right?
they go.
If CS is doing it.
He's got 1 kill through the Wazzy. Broken in another 2. Stellar's all the way through a ramp, and that's where the entire
When I go in NA, I definitely consider it
at
more.
this point. But we saw this situation of full last time. Sabrosa took him out.
Nice flick out from Sabrosa. Boy, it may not necessarily show in the stats, but he is having himself a half. He is a demon right now, man on fire. And he's got a chance at more. Sabrosa creeping around the corner, spots Austin, it drops him.
30 seconds.
Tarik on the plant.
Spike planted.
It's a 1v3. And he drops almost instantly. TSM's going to get the defuse in 8-4 a very different song from what we saw at Ball. We're going to throw this to a break. When we return, the second half of Split. Stay tuned.
Oh, break time.
Game world or real world? Seatbelts save lives.
We're gonna settle this how we always do. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Five New Amsterdam vodka sodas, please.
The great ones always put the team first. New Amsterdam vodka. Find your wins.
You
guys don't like it? I like this song. I'll change it for you guys. I'm gonna watch Pistol and then I'll get my coffee.
Whoa. Whoa. You running around drinking liquor, taking pictures cause you miss me. I know you miss me. You running around drinking liquor, fucking niggas cause you miss me. You just want attention. You can sleep with half the world, bet you still won't forget me. You can fall in love, get married, have kids, I still be the realest nigga hit it. Straight up. I was getting some head early and you crossed my mind. I'm as solid as they come, but you crossed the line. Yeah, you been start keeping it real, I can see the signs. When it came to having your back, I'm sober, probably would've gave you my spine. I'd rather have loyalty than love.
Came off super strong against TSM in any of their last 2 matchups on this map. So to see this, it's a complete reversal. Sideshow on the death said that he expects this game will be a blowout in favor of 100 Thieves, and I tended to agree with him because of the past results and how 100 Thieves has actually improved. But I think you're seeing TSM actually be the ones with the depth on this map right now.
Yeah. I also don't think Sideshow has been right about a prediction.
It's actually a very interesting match because
perhaps
both of these teams are like arguably like on the rise.
The archives, I
And
think, will actually
in really
favor
good
him in that
form.
one, thankfully.
Yeah, you're probably right. Let's not look. Let's not look. You see an early aggressive wall out from Derek. He was able to position himself far enough into garage to drop that. As you see on your mini map, not that there's going to be much of a push that way.
Stellar's got just a kill trip on this A side, which is where they look like they're going. And I think that wall orb combination that Rossi's put out over towards B has actually given 100 Thieves a lot of fear that this is going to go towards that B site. So we'll have to see what they do as the stars come down. Stellar, can he get actually a trip?
I'm excited for the finals tomorrow as well.
With the nade.
But I really wish it was a BO5, but it doesn't matter.
They've read this thing. They've read this thing.
We won't start that
gorgeously,
conversation
right?
again because I'll go on for 30 minutes.
They played around once Viper's utility.
There's
went
a show
back up,
match
just
apparently,
fake.
which will be fun to
They were
watch.
gonna go B and they just waltzed their way into A.
Planted.
And they've gotten a lot of space still off the site. I think at the top of A ramp, it's not planned in that direction though. So it's interesting to see how Corey.
Yes, I know. I know. Today's that's very true. Today's Turkish parade in New York. I actually went last year, but I didn't go today because I'm doing watch party. But
and it's a weird situation.
my family went, but there's a Turkish parade. It's like a Turkish, it's like a marathon. No, not a marathon. Sorry, it's just like a parade. And it's being held today in New York City.
But they
do it every year.
So an odd decision from TSM. And 100 Thieves just barrels their way through, isolates the two players off the backside of this, and the tech pause caused.
They like close up the streets and like they have like basically like it's just like a parade, literally.
My favorite words.
I'm curious.
Pause.
Thank you for Field, just a watch party streamer. I only do watch parties on the weekends.
That's the only speculation.
The rest of the week I'm playing games. Monday to Friday, I play games. Actually, Monday to Thursday.
Again, folks, we are in a technical pause. As you can see on your screen, as soon as we get some intel, we will let you know what is going on.
Forecasters, yeah.
Thankfully, because of the tech pause, we're going to get a second look.
Okay, tech pause. I'm going to get my coffee.
100 Thieves really just kind of bludgeoned TSM there. Once they got what they were looking for, it didn't seem like there was much of a fight at all.
And I do want to look towards both Will and Asuna so far in this game. While the first half was actually relatively, I mean, not that close, 8-4. Both of them not contributing in ways that you would expect.
They were quiet.
Yeah.
They were quiet. I'm being told very quickly, friends, that there was a player who disconnected. We'll get him back into the action and get us back into the game as soon as possible. Ball, you were mentioning, though, Asuna and Will, the two, really, in a lot of ways, two stars for this team. We expect to see a lot of production out of them, but you were saying that the first half was relatively quiet.
Yeah, and they were leading the charge in a lot of cases. But I think the way that they approached that, right, where they're getting pulled in a lot of different directions, trying to change directions and be nimble on their feet, kind of cost them a little bit, but still not the production that you expect. Either way, on this defensive side, I think is also somewhere where we see both of those guys start to rack up a number of kills. Asuna has been inconsistent throughout his career, but he always ends up being, you know, never a scoreline like you're seeing right now. So has plenty of time to develop on this game.
Pretty surprising. And then on the side of TSM, again, we have to draw attention to the changes that they've made leading into this series. Really just from last week to this week. Guimon no longer playing the initiator, moving over to Smokes. Corey, who previously was not playing the chamber. It was Seven who was doing it. Now he's on the chamber, and they're already finding massive success here. You can tell the tweaks that they've made, at least so far, have made notable differences. Guimon's having himself a day too, and as I mentioned at the end of the first half, like, Subrose's utility usage has won them so many rounds.
Yeah, but I think I still have to question a little bit how that actually affects them on other maps. On this map, I think it makes sense, right? And they're also playing Astra, which is interesting too. But either way, like, Subrose playing Sky is something he's been comfortable with. What they will need in other maps, and as we go into the rest of the series, on Haven, they're going to need a little bit more flexibility, right? On Bind, maybe not. But on Haven, yes, we will be forced to see what else Subrose can come out with. Because I don't think the Sky is going to cut in this day and age, especially given the fact that they've been clearly wanting to play Fate.
Yeah, you know, I mentioned at the beginning, as I have thought through Fate, I thought for sure that if we were going to see her,
where's
it would almost be a guarantee.
He's coming on his shot,
split,
dude.
Given the
he's out of town. He's watching probably on his phone or some shit,
the
right?
synergy that she carries with Raze, who is very strong on this map, but alas, opting to go away from that and bringing in the Sky, as you were saying, Subrosa, much more of a comfortable pick here. But
bro, you guys are so fast to jump to conclusions. Last week, you guys were all over Asuna's dick. Like how when he was owning, you guys were riding him.
It makes sense.
Now he has, you know, one bad half, and everyone's like, you guys are doing your nade shot impression. You guys trying to cut him after one bad performance, and it's not okay.
Just focused on the teammates, the radar a lot. With Sky, you have to be a lot more active, so maybe that's also a consideration. This is going to be the first time we actually see his IGLing on attack side with this iteration of the team on this new role too. So I'm curious. I am curious how the rest of the map pool develops for them. Is this an actual role swap that they'll stick to, right? Or is this something that they specifically are using on this map only? That's the question that still stays in my head. I have to assume it's a serious switch, though.
Yeah, I hate to break it to you folks at home. I know you are all enjoying the podcast, and that's the whole reason you're watching this. But unfortunately, we are getting back into the action. The players have rejoined, and we're just.
Which car do I drive? I don't drive. I get driven. I ride the bus.
Half. TSM, or excuse me, 100 Thieves walked away with the first
train,
TSM
if I'm feeling
broken
myself.
by now as they look to see what they can do to try to hurt 100 Thieves' economy early in the second half.
They are leaning towards B. Insta-Gravwell used with a nade to try to catch something, but that's so easy to get out of given the delay on.
You're joking, right? No, if I go to the city, I take the train because it's faster, even if you were to take the car. But if I'm going somewhere around me, I just Uber.
That certainly works. Tarik was a major
Uber everywhere
player in this last matchup on
But if it's like further away, I take the train because it's way faster.
Seems to be heating
New
up.
York City, bitch.
Just the right time. Spike.
The greatest, the greatest.
Right
in the world.
within reach of his fingertips.
He might have gotten it, but at this point too, they heard them running away with their tails tucked behind them. Rossi's lurked all the way up. Again, hasn't used that wall yet, so can potentially isolate Stellar in the site. Other than that, they probably won't even get the spike down, given the fact that Asuna is so close to be playing with him, and they spotted him as well.
Great cam there to spot Rams, to spot sight, get a little bit of everything. Nothing concealed. Rossi and 7 drop like flies. There's a prime gaming flawless comes through for 100 Thieves, and they hold serve.
And it was really nicely played from them too. As soon as the orb was tapped, as we get to see on the replay, as soon as the orb was tapped, there's a slow coming in from Derek Bank from deep, and a nade as well coming in from Will. So I'm pretty sure they also denied the orb in that situation.
Visiting NYC, any recommendations for restaurants? TripAdvisor, TripAdvisor, and Yelp.
Last round, Corey or 7.
No, I don't know.
Still,
I'm not the right person to ask, dude, because
Prime Gaming Flawless
I only know a few
to
places, and
to have this bonus be as effective as possible.
Because I don't go to the city that often, so I'm not the right guy to ask. Like you will get better advice from the internet or the chat, maybe.
Half commitment to this B main one way, right?
I can recommend like pizzerias, like Prince Street Pizza is good, Joe's Pizza is good.
Where they instanated.
I'll just leave it there, actually.
Where they instanated and Gravwelled.
Joe's is on 3rd Avenue, I think.
Inside of B main, which TSM was always doing. Whenever they took control of
something,
it
closes at 4, so late night it's really good. Prince Street's open late as well, I think. But yeah, I'm not the right guy to ask.
3 members of TSM have ganged up towards A with the spike in hand. The important piece of this whole thing. Haven't gotten anything through Stellar.
Yeah, Dro's on 3rd. I'm pretty sure he's on 3rd.
The cam's gonna find one. What do TSM do here? Do they throw the brakes on it? Yeah, it looks like they're gonna flip the map.
40 seconds.
It's not a lot of time.
Brooklyn native recommending Manhattan Pizza. Well, he asked NYC, so.
So he's gonna be
in Brooklyn, I've never been, but apparently Lucali's is insane. And then obviously Grimaldi's, and then that spot next to it, next to Grimaldi's, is what is that called? Paula's or Polly's? I forgot. By the bridge.
Astronade and the Molly should confirm things as a rotation should be coming through.
I would say Grimaldi's though is the best.
100 Thieves take control of the site and they plant the spike, and it's planted for heaven, and they don't have anyone up there.
Julianos, yeah, that's the one. I tried it. I think I tried it. I think Grimaldi's was better.
Getting off site now. And again, the Gravwell too could delay.
And then if you want to get deep in Brooklyn, you got your L and B. If you make it down there, L and B is also good.
With the flash is gonna get some
that's
info. They try to spam through the smoke.
That's if you're trying to go for a trip.
Uman waiting on the other side. The tripwire keeping him at bay as here comes the fight. Across ramp, kills being traded back and forth as Sabrosa is able to take one more, but that's all it is. Will's left in a 1v2 and he makes it a 1v1. The nade around Pillar and Guimon, the trap that was sprung so long ago, is still a factor. You've got the gravity well to pull him off. There's no way Will wins this one. Well, he won the kill. But that's all it was. TSM with a gorgeous round.
Very nicely done. And GMD played exactly the pace that he should have, right? He's on the lurk, and if you're a different agent without the Gravwell there, you're playing that a little bit faster so you could actually group and actually maybe pinch that A ramp hit that 100 Thieves did. But TSM just fought strong in that instance. The flash from Bang got a lot of value, but 100 Thieves not able to push past in time to actually do anything with it, and they lose so much. Again, 100 is going to go for this. Look at the money, though, actually. From the situation that ended up happening, 100 Thieves came out of that bonus with an advantage economically.
Yeah, they came out all right.
Oh, really? Bambino? I didn't know that. So Rosa top fragging and IG
saw
only?
the first
Yeah,
half, the attack side. 100 Thieves really not doing much in terms of changing up the strats that they're hitting. TSM so far showing a wealth of different ideas.
Here's some jump spotting.
Gonna break the trip and also wait.
They're going to fake A and go B, I think.
On top of A ramp right here. That's what they're doing.
Pretty straightforward.
The wall coming up, they clear the backside of this because of how far away this is.
That's the fake? No, it has to be more than
Field the
that.
trip. No real action for 100 Thieves off that.
It was a slight adjustment here, though. Because Stellar's playing into the site. So
That's a
this
Giga
is
Chad
lessened
fake.
in terms of effectiveness because they were playing 4 towards the side last time.
I don't know why I keep
layers
coughing.
to what they have, and then it's the guns at the end. That's just enough to keep him back. Bank's already gotten 2. The Showstopper's not able to find it. TSM trade 2 back of their own at 3v3. Kumon and Corey so weak. As Stellar, the one who changed positions at the beginning of the round, cleans
Big
up
hole by
2.
Stellar.
Asuna gets the
Suna
last.
as well.
100
Goes it
Thieves
out.
gets 7.
Great defensive hold from so many different places there. Stellar spotting the hit coming through. Bang! With the flash to the late A heaven to get a couple kills.
This is my theory on selling a fake.
And
it doesn't have to be applied every time, but I think it's the most effective. When you fake a bomb site,
right there.
obviously you want to like throw utility, make noise. That's like the general basis of it. But if you're not doing a double fake and it's just a one fake, like I feel like right there, like one guy needs to go for a kill. Like there has to be an engagement. Because when you get that kill, that's when people really feel the pressure. But if it's just utility, then it's easier to read it, right? I'm saying it doesn't have to be this way every time.
Bit of a stroll, right? A casual.
But if you're doing a double fake, then I think just utility is fine. But then the other site you're faking, that's where you have to go for the engagement. So like, I feel like an engagement really sells it. Like, in Valorant, that's how it seems. In CS,
fantastic.
I mean, it's for both games actually, but
over and over, and it's pinged off the camera.
If you get one, why fake it all? Because
such a sick camera.
It sells it. It sells it. Like they will start to rotate, and the site that you're hitting actually will have like one guy maybe, you know? Because what will happen is like people will start moving, and you catch them in rotation, or you catch them like you're still because if you just hit that, because at that point you're just saying like why don't you just execute on the site, and then if you kill them just take it. Yeah, like, ideally, but that's why you're faking.
Flash the cage, the paranoia, the nade.
Oh wow!
Oh, and Will gets 2. With the nade, a 3rd with his gun.
Just dirty.
Dude, the setup was there, and we were waiting for a long time, but the payoff was worth it.
Yeah. 100%. Every time TSM walked up, they're like,
the problem is that what I'm saying is that when you try to fake and you do go for that engagement, if you do die, it won't sell the fake. It'll be very obvious, actually. So
6 seconds left.
if you do fake the site and commit to it and end up dying, and then there's no more noise, it's very clear that it's a fake. So it's a risk that you take. But if you do go in and get that kill, then they really feel the pressure. So it's like a risk. That's how you see it.
We'll start to rack up a little bit economically and get ever closer to TSM right here.
You guys shut the fuck up. You guys don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. That's why you're telling me to shush.
With the flash from Bang 2,
all you guys see is kill feed. All you guys see is frags. There's logic to this game.
Very nicely done.
There's a bigger picture, and I'm trying to explain it to you. You
TSM
fucking
call
cucks.
timeout here as 100 Thieves have made the way like bandits in the second half. They've won 4 of the last 5.
Well,
they
I'm not mad at the moment, but I could be mad if we continued on this path.
Of this map, and yes,
talk your shit, King. Thank you.
The favor the defensive side, but you see some of the layers with
you
those
iron
are working, and it's a lot of fun to watch.
Take out your fucking pencils now.
Absolutely. Will coming alive too. A couple anti-eco kills to add to that, but just in general, they're getting there in time. The switch that they made with Stellar moving over towards the B side has worked wonders for them after the first few rounds. It's going to be interesting now to see how TSM actually approaches their executes with it gotten
Talking
shut
to
down.
16-year-old, I like to think that majority of my chat, like 70% is 18 plus.
In the sense that they're getting space.
75
but they're not actually
to 70%.
They're not
I think I can check that
getting
actually.
out from 100 Thieves because 100 Thieves is playing really cautiously with it. And now use B-Main as an example, even though they're going to go for something completely different.
I'm pretty sure it is for sure.
The slow and
I'm pretty sure like
plus the one way.
Like 75% is 18 plus, and then probably like 30% is like you know 21 to 25, and then 25 plus is probably like 15% within those percents, something like that.
Right, and that allows them to save so
15-20%.
Right.
I didn't ask for your fucking age, you liars.
Interesting. I was curious.
If you're posting your age, don't lie. That's all we ask.
5 ultimates, ready to go, and they're all impactful ones too.
Oh, that's cool right there. They're getting a lot of information, breaking the crossfire too with just the flash from Bang. All right, flashes off the person holding from Ramen, and that isolates the rest outside of B-Main, and they fall off because of that.
Math. I know my maths didn't add up. My maths. God damn it.
Again, 2 big kill trips here for Stellar.
There's one of the 4 ultimates.
Get this man a fucking book, for the love of God.
7 tries to find something, and it's vacant.
My
There's nobody
maths.
home. Stellar does fall a bit too far up, and now you've got the Viper Spit. So they've dumped almost everything into this round. The Cosmic Divide, the one exception, as now you see 100 Thieves try to work their way forward and attempt this retake. Stellar's brought back from 6 feet under.
Mathematics is
There's just
plural.
going to be chaos on the site.
Thank you, Mr. Twitch.
A little bit of info out from Asuna.
We got
Spike ticking
in the
away.
chat, dude. Mr. TLTK.
Has already fallen to 7 snaps back. TSM
wow, what a round. Mr.
5.
TLTK.
Boy, that was clean. The prime game
I do this for every Twitch staff that happens to stroll around these streets, but what do you do for Twitch? What is your position of expertise?
Spots where 100 Thieves is like,
if you don't want to share, you don't have to share.
7 specifically. And also, they planted for heaven in that round too, so even if they lose a little bit of space inside that Viper's pit,
Code
they don't have any worries at all in that round, given Corey still on the flank.
Code Peon?
Also,
so you're telling me you're a programmer. A little bit of C++. I used to spit in that language myself.
So for the first time, we'll see 100 Thieves have to eco.
A fellow Carl, some would say.
Oh, that's through the wall.
Whew.
Out of all this, they did get the.
Or stuck D2, all good, man, all good.
So you now have to be considerate of that. Right, for example, that play that they just did with the Viper's Pit into spawn, not necessarily going to be as effective.
When I signed up for my university courses, I signed up for CS thinking, you know, it was Counter-Strike, and then I found out it was computer science. And then that's how my Carl career began. Carl plus is what I call it.
Don't want to have the guns, and TSM continues to believe in
I was like, dude, I'll just go to school for Counter-Strike.
5.
Fuck it. Dies of cringe, I know. I know, guys. I'm sorry. It's only going to get worse, so if you want to mute, mute.
Yeah, Bang should get this one.
That trademark's going to pop, actually.
Classic fake story. Oh, God.
There wasn't anything easy about it, but he got it.
Wait, there's 2 guns now. 7's not looking.
It's a 2v4. Now it's a 2v3. Neural theft. Info gathered.
He's all the way.
They might make a run at this thing. The
My forehead is shining.
Time is not on their side.
Is that a good thing or a bad thing?
And Guimon avoids disaster. TSM get to 11.
It's only shining because it's been recently moisturized. That means the moisturizer is working, right?
If he got that, Bang is
I slapped the
really fast.
I slapped the fucking
like that, and it will be on 100 Thieves timeout too, probably.
Yes.
As that eco strat almost could have worked. There was also the slow there. I thought Will was going to for sure use his ult, as Derek got 4 people in the slow as they walked out of A main.
That was gross. Looking at it a second time, the initial shot was at the trademark and decides, forget it.
Yeah.
I'm just going to take his face off instead.
So now with the guns back in their favor, it seems TSM is really keen on actually just walking out towards A after a certain amount of time.
S5, yeah.
Yeah.
Why are you tapping your face like that? I don't fucking know,
I think
dude.
that's based
I
off
lost
the
my
fact that,
mind.
I mean, obviously so far it hasn't really been held well from 100 Thieves, but also Stellar.
I'm only 3 hours into the stream. The watch party is moving slow.
Deep
the watch party is
right?
takes a longer time than playing.
Site.
because
nobody's really.
At least when we're playing, you know, I'm engaged.
That situation's different.
All right, this is a great match, dude. Let's focus up, man.
Every round that they've chosen to actually go towards A, it has been in those situations.
The fucking coffee, man. It's making me freak out again.
With a cam or something like that.
As I take another sip, it makes me too fucking
round of Thieves.
Fucking I don't know.
Pretty much here. Back to full
I just
strength
start talking too much.
3 ultimates to their name. Worth noting too, keep an eye on that from the shadows from Bang. What he tries to do with it. Early paranoia, the showstopper, but they've already got the way up, and look at Bang. Oh,
Rosa.
He gets canceled out. The trap was there. You could see what they were trying to do. Doesn't pay off, though.
Kyedae?
Little tech.
That would have been sick.
So they regroup, but all is 5. They walk into this wall that Derek put earlier. It's going to take another little bit for it
New
to
phone, who's
fall
this?
down. And
I got the spike.
with that, Trailblazer up through mid. He's not going to see anything and clears top side of ropes too.
You want
Hello.
to fight it?
Cosmic Divide trying to pave the way. Seven's just on top. Look down. The flash. There's no way. Derek finally cleans him up. Oh, is now the rest of the fight erupts on the site. Number still in favor of 100 Thieves. As Stellar continues to be a problem on this site. He doesn't give up an inch. The spike's not going to make its way forward, but Rossi had already committed. Corey's left alone in this 1v4.
Wait, did the casters say hello as well? Lower the casters? Yeah, you're right.
And
I think I have to turn
surely
Kyedae up. Hold on. I will after this round.
When you open up your Discord, does it say Discord?
20 seconds.
You know that sound?
No.
Well. Yeah.
I didn't realize to get it, you're supposed to press like the
Good swing.
Discord
And Bang was also there to trade Derek.
logo, like the home button on the
That's the
top left
difficulty of that
15
situation.
times.
But it feels like every
The
time
top
100
left
Thieves
15 times, press that logo and it says
ends
it?
up
Not
in
even
this
fucking
situation where
with you,
they're
yeah.
holding the side that
Do I
TSM
spam it? Does it matter?
It goes
And does it have to be exact?
Anytime it's the
Don't
opposite
know.
situation, it goes terribly.
5, 6, 7.
I got it without
And
intentionally trying.
Retake setups do work. I mean,
I'm pressing it, it's not happening.
Retakes.
Spam
But
it.
for 100 Thieves right now,
Spamming
to
it?
try to
Is it because I'm on streamer mode?
that situation.
Could be,
I
right?
think the sticking to this
Maybe?
strat where Stellar
Fuck,
is
I'm missing the
actually
game.
over
Okay, I'm gonna try
towards
after.
and Derek and Austin are
They're just watching my waiting
offering
screen.
each other in towards A. I think that's
I'm just
probably
fucking
the
spamming
key.
it. Wait, it works for people in the chat. Oh, let me try on my other PC. Hold on.
Yeah, so now every time you open up Discord, it'll do that.
Let me see here.
TSM haven't actually made much use of this
Yeah,
type
did
of
you get
wall
it?
Yeah.
that allows the lurk from Corey or obviously Rossi as well. Up past a ramp.
What the hell? The more you know, it's like the
And
secret
maybe
menu, huh?
that's why. Just spam through the wall. It's so dangerous.
I wonder if there's any other Discord like Easter eggs.
Thing is now, TSM do have mid control.
Yeah. How'd you find out that one?
And pushing forward, but you have
Well,
to get through the
it
tripwire
just
that
my
they
Discord
have.
all of
The
a sudden when
Sage
I
wall
would
was up
open
two,
it,
they
it would just
cleared
be like
that out.
Discord, and I was like, what the
As
fuck?
far as
And then my
decision
chat
to
told
control
me.
every single round.
Because you spammed it without even realizing it, I guess. It's like chat.
Will
Sorry,
not play
I
last
don't
time.
even-
combo this time.
I don't
Satchel
even know.
takes out the trap wire.
There we
It's
go.
the same camera
We're
though.
good now, we're
so
good now, sorry.
Swing off of it instead. And again, Derek and Austin playing together here in this A side. Austin, it's such a tough.
Or maybe
place
Tyson did it on
play
your
from.
PC to troll you.
Even though Derek gets the confirmation they're coming from there. Look at this. How hard is that aim? Right
Honestly, you could
Yeah,
have.
but if this goes left unchecked, as we've seen so many times before, Bala. Well, never mind. This was not one of those times. Austin gets cleared out.
14 seconds.
13 seconds left. They've got to get the spike down, and it seems like they're going to be able to do so. Rossi and Guimon, the two that remain for TSM. Now with the reset of the clock, as it's a 2v2 here, and you can hear the site, other than the spike ticking, just goes to dead silent. Will waiting up in heaven. Creeping his way forward as Guimon. Oh no, the timing. Oh, the timing's nuts now. He's been spotted, and can he deal with both? He got one, and
big
Rossi
round.
gets the last up in heaven. TSM get to 12.
Oh. And Derek peeking in front of Austin right there. Goes down and leaves Austin in a position where he literally has the worst angle to hold of almost all time in this
shit.
game. And in that 2v2 situation too. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. I mean, what do you do there? And then they have the crossfire on elbow. I think 100 Thieves recognizes, okay, this is not going to be a round where GMD is going to be late flanking. They didn't plant for heaven with only 2 people. That would be a massive gamble. And so they try to go walkabouts and find the early kills, but they just don't go their way.
They keep messing up the map picks. It says TSM's map pick, is it not?
Places early wall, takes the right up.
Will also playing very close to rope this time, so he can rotate to either
So Rosa
side
turning
and
into
also
a sick IGL.
as Tarik gets the initial kill onto Rossi. He could deny actually that mid control that we keep talking about.
Oh, it's 100 Thieves. This is 100 Thieves pick. Oh.
TSM have been so surgical and
why are the casters so much louder than the
game?
game?
Sentinel defense.
Like,
and then just
the audio levels are not
into the
accurate.
mind of 100 Thieves. You saw even there, Sabrosa creeps his way up through mail, clears out the cam, and then repositions. It's just been little things like that that have kind of kept 100 Thieves honest.
I know it says TSM at the top, but people are saying it's wrong. I don't know.
And also shows.
I've got your trail.
Shows what? It
Oh,
shows
yeah, you're
the
right. Maybe I should
secrets.
do that.
It shows the showstopper, and it shows the kill, but not without him
No,
getting
it's not the
traded out.
compressor.
Remember, for 100 Thieves, this was a lighter buy.
Nothing
Banks
to do with the
only as a
compressor.
frenzy. Light armor on Asuna and Tarik, but the spike has gone down. It's a straight up 3v3. Corey has his ult. The rest comes through.
Oh.
Squadron swings around. You can tell the trap was there, but it does not come through. Does not come to fruition. Corey's going to have to get 4 here to make it happen, and he's not going to be able to do it. 100 Thieves get to 10.
Wow.
VLR says 100 Thieves. Who do we trust, VLR or the overlay?
12-10, and I think with the spike money, TSM should be able to scrape together.
It's called
Not
FFZ,
really at
Nosy.
all. And I was going to say,
Everyone's saying VLR.
the way that TSM is breaking that utility is a far cry from iterations that we've seen from them before, right? And the same from 100 Thieves. This stage 2 rosters are coming together nicely and potentially playing the highest level game we've seen between them so far. Even though we haven't seen much depth from 100 Thieves, even from TSM, I could argue the same. Although their defense, definitely a lot more than we've seen in the past. It's promising. As we're only in week 2.
TSM was defense first? Yeah, but you can't know for sure based off of that.
Oh,
wow. Giga Chad.
Grimon, what is that? Roomba in his face pushes forward and
That was
gets 2.
so crazy.
Unreal.
Still bringing that back, and Stellar got the ult off too, so they know they're grouped up towards A, and they know there's still one potential lurk. And again, while it's a 3v4, and 100 Thieves definitely did not want that situation to go how it did.
See,
There's
so
still
TSM, if
an
they
advantage, I would
overthink,
say.
they re-hit A. I think this is an overthink,
All the
but
Sentinel utilities
obviously it
still
could
up.
go either way.
They've got a camera in mid as well.
But the simple
that
option
Stellar
would be to
can
go
tap.
B. Because like they saw us A, let's just go B. Honestly, there's no
And
correct
Austin is
solution
healed
to
up.
this. IMO, I would have just said go B, just go for the simple
I still
outplay.
can't believe he did that.
But you can wait and go A, it also works. But I guess also another thing to factor in is we know where the Cypher plays. If he's not set up on A,
Tour de force in the hands
you
of
factor
Corey.
that in? I don't know.
Try to explore A.
Spotted
Again.
them too.
But right now they chose the
Numbers.
option of waiting and
And it
re-hitting.
makes sense when they don't have guns, but they've been spotted. Derek's still playing backside, pushes his way into the Viper's pit, falls. But it's a 2v2 here. They still have the gun advantage, 100 Thieves do. They're going to have to navigate the Viper's pit.
Oh,
Rossi
this
gets
ult
left behind.
only went out elbow. It's not that great,
Spams two,
right?
not going to connect as they've rotated around pillars.
This could actually be.
Oh my god, he
Seven
almost killed him.
Gets close enough. He could be a
Oh, Seven's gonna
massive
catch a big
stinger.
timing if he does
And he's
this.
closed the distance.
This could be
Who's
a
gonna play
problem.
first?
7 patiently waiting. 41 HP. As it was
Oh,
a fake
no.
at first. Oh, but he wraps around. 7 gets 1, switches around to the Sheriff. One tap.
Wow.
Swings around,
Wow.
and 7 gets it at the end.
Holy
A 13 to
fuck.
10 win for
Holy shit.
TSM.
Unbelievable.
That was
From
very
7
close
on
to
a
at the
round where he
end.
just had a stinger.
This is low.
Picked up a Sheriff too. I mean, that is so well played as well. Rossi getting the Viper's pit, and then 7 with the win condition, knowing, hey, if I get close enough, I could pull out a stinger kill easily. And for him as well to recognize Stellar's low in that situation, just go for one tap with the Sheriff too. I mean, that is really, really nicely done.
Wow,
TSM
wow,
really
wow.
worked the map great. You were talking about it a lot.
TSM map
Breaking
one,
a lot of
huh?
utility, making it very
Honestly,
difficult for
if I
enemies
was to do a
read that.
prediction for this
A team
game, which
that
I
100
didn't,
is very good at
and
reading
obviously
their
no
opponents,
bias or anything, I would have
it's
predicted,
something that
I think 100
you know,
Thieves
we'll have to see
2-1.
how the rest of the series continues.